a little bit of a funny story. First off, everything's closed in Korea on Monday, so there's not much to do. Um, right now I'm at the National Folk Museum of Korea. I'll probably be here for a couple hours. It's free, so it's open all the time. Um, funny story though, as I'm walking over here, I walk by a couple police stations, and they're all pretty close to in proximity, the little police hubs. Oh, that's cool. And there's like a bunch guarding this one tower. Looks like some kind of business building. I don't know if something was going on, but I moved down. I'm heading towards the museum. Take a right, and I'm following the road up. There's more and more and more policemen, and they're just kind of walking around, talking, or standing. Take a break. A mill. And then along the right side of where I'm at actually right now, the street goes upwards that way, and there's like 10 of them, like standing in 2s and 3s, just every maybe like 20 feet from each other. And I'm just walking by, no one says anything. I'm just walking, and they even have like the road blocked off with like gates and everything, and there's guards there. And then I keep going up. I'm like 2/3 up down that way before it turns. There's gotta be something over there, because one of the cops finally like walked over, was like, "Hey, what are you doing over here? Where are you going?" Like, clearly I'm not supposed to be, but no one was stopping me for anything. So I'm good on that one. The other ones are just gonna let me just walk into wherever I was gonna go. I'm just gonna act like I know what I'm doing, where I'm going. That was just too afraid to say anything to me. Old school comic book store. That's cool. It's really interesting to see. Maybe the way Korea was not too long ago. All right, real quick wrap up. Trying to keep this short and to the point. Good day. Everything was closed as I mentioned. Spent a couple hours at the Folk Museum. Pretty cool. It was actually pretty busy at that time. A lot of tours, which kind of annoyed me. A lot of people in the way. I think some cruise ship. I think the tours for some cruise ship. I don't know. They're stopping by and just hanging out there. Lots of cool things there. And um, yeah, didn't really do much. They just kind of walked around, took videos. Cool little thing about the history. Um, they had a little gift shop, some really nice stuff, but nothing worth me buying or it would be difficult to transport. I've been actually looking for like tie clips and stuff, kind of like what I got in Japan, but for Korea, it'd be cool. Um, Afterwards, I left around maybe 1:30. After being there for several hours, I walked over back towards the hotel area, actually, and went and stopped by lunch. Had some beef stew, really good. Hopefully, I ate that right. No one said anything to me. Everyone kind of just left me alone. That's actually kind of one of my first adventures. No. I was gonna say first adventures eating by myself, but no, that's not true at all. But in that kind of restaurant, it was a little different. That was just like a normal restaurant. That was eating by myself, so maybe that's why it felt so significant to me. Anyways, moved on and jumped on the train, and the last part of the video you saw there was in Hongdae. Hongdae is actually a slang word in Korean. It's I don't really know exactly what it is, but it's an abbreviation for Hongik University. It's a part of Seoul here. Of course, there's a university that's really popular for its art scene. And you saw kind of the murals and the paintings kind of on the wall. There's, it's very, there's a lot of, again, university students there, so there's a lot of university social life. So at night, it really becomes lovely. There's a lot of street performers, these college kids doing their own thing. Also, there's just a lot of shopping, a lot of shopping, different types of stores there, and a lot of bars and nightclubs and whatnot. So every night that place gets pretty lively. Would have been cool. The reason I was actually over there, I might go back one of these times just to see what it's like at night. During the day it was pretty crazy. But I was doing another language meetup, and I thought it was gonna be smaller, but it was actually pretty busy. The first hour was slow, but afterwards everyone got there. Um, Good turnout in this little cafe, so it was really crowded. Um, Talked with some cool people. Actually, this one person, she kept talking to me because she just graduated last month, and she's trying to be a nurse and going through this nursing program here. And just recently, she was there in San Francisco, and she fell in love with San Francisco. So she kept talking to me about San Francisco, and she wants to move there and all her hopes and dreams and whatnot. So we had a good conversation about that. And then her friend is trying to become a Korean teacher, teach Korean to foreigners in Vancouver, because she did an exchange there and loved Vancouver, I guess. So good on her. Both were very nice, but kind of the highlight of the story. I was there for about 3 hours. From yeah, about three, yeah, 6 to 9. Actually, left before 9, for a good reason. Um, I met the strangest Korean there. She was talking to other people, but when my two left, some other people started to leave. She came over and sat with me and was talking to me, and really wish she hadn't. What makes her the strangest Korean? First off, she was very touchy. Koreans aren't touchy, except with her friends. Strangers, no. It was really weird. She was like, tap 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 tap, tapping arms and legs. It was weird. It was kind of a red flag. But I guess she's recently back here. She's born and raised in Korea, went to the UK to study abroad for a little while, and then just came back here about 10 months ago, 11 months ago, and got a job. And I guess ever since she's been back in Korea, she hates living in Korea, wants to move back, and the job she has, she absolutely despises, and there's no way she can leave it. And she was just complaining about her job and her life, and just everything's miserable. Um, and I didn't care. I'm like, I'm sorry, but and then she had, worst of all, heard what my job is, and the way Koreans understand it, like as a headhunter. So she just complained to me about her job and trying to. She can't leave her job, and it was just so bad. So I actually kind of ran out of there before some of the guys were like, "Hey, we're gonna go get dinner. You wanna come?" I'm like, "Sure." And I took off. I'm like, "Hey, no." So I used that as an excuse to get away from her. Um, Otherwise, she would have been. If she was normal, she would have been normal. Um, I don't. I don't know. Maybe the UK like corrupted her. Um, yeah, it was so weird. Like, don't touch my face. Um, but yeah, I actually didn't end up going to a dinner with those guys. I took off. Came back here to the hotel and was hanging out at the cafe for a little bit. I was hanging out with my friend who works the front desk. Um, and then because I didn't have actually dinner because I took off, um, me and her ordered some chicken, which you saw. They delivered chicken like everywhere in Seoul. Um, Pretty good, much better than KFC. So me and her just sat in the kitchen, just eating the chicken, chatting it up. But she's actually probably just took off because her shift ended at 11, and I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm gonna try to study Korean for a lesson or two because I'm actually getting a little bit more comfortable hanging out with Koreans, listening to it. I've been dropping it more and more when I'm talking with my friends, um, or even in the restaurant today. I used it a little bit, so that's a big stepping stone because I'm getting more comfortable with it. I'm used to it, hearing it a lot. Um, I didn't. It was hard for me to learn. I didn't guess put as much effort into it as I should have. So I've been a lot more hesitant, a lot more nervous, but I'm getting kind of used to it. So hopefully I can be a little bit more fluent within the next week and keep learning. All right. Well, good night. See y'all.